Morning, everyone. It's 8:54 on this Wednesday, the 26th, and this is your pre-opening comment video number 1770. We have Asia mixed, Europe down, and here at home, one of the big negative influences from yesterday, that being First Republic Bank, continues today. What is interesting with the banking crisis, and we saw this as it was beginning to happen with Silicon Valley Bank and Signature. The chart on the screen is the Bitcoin, and it is up 2,260. So, that's a pretty ringing endorsement of getting away from the banks, and clearly it has shown up here. At 8:30, we had the durable goods orders, and they were up big. Expectation was for up 0.5. They came in at up 3.2. Ex transportation, they came in at up 3/10, which was also a minor beat. And ex aircraft, they were up 4/10. Excuse me. This didn't really do much with the stock market, but it did pop the bonds to higher yields. But they have since come right back. We also have crude oil inventories. There were a couple of others like that would do at 8:30, which were advanced trade deficit, retail inventories, none of which they've made any announcements about, and I've looked for them and haven't found them. Okay, so the futures have been pretty unimpressive with the exception of the Nasdaq. And the Nasdaq has a heck of a lot going for it today. We have Google with the beat, and a $70 billion buyback. So Google here is, not really doing a lot, but it is helping the rest of the groups. We have Amazon, which is up. Google is only up 47 cents at 102.43. But Microsoft, which had earnings last night, continues to move higher. It's trading 297.59. That's up 22. Last night, when I mentioned it to you, it was up about 20, maybe 18. As a matter of fact, now that I see it in my notes, it was only up at 293, up 11.53. I don't really like to compare that because that takes into consideration the fact that Microsoft had been down $6.35 before the information came out. So one problem for them, and we don't know what they're going to do about it, is that the EU, the UK in particular, has come out against ATVI, Activision, the Activision deal, more strongly. They are not recommending, they are blocking. And so ATVI is down $9.30. Another one that just exploded to the upside, even besides the initial move, was Chipotle. Last night it was up 77, and I thought that looked pretty darn good. This morning it's added 50 to that. It's up 127, 3.6%. Boeing with a beat on revenue and a miss on the earnings number, but with positive guidance. Stock is 210, up $8 or 4%, and that also takes into consideration, I would guess, that aircraft durable goods numbers. FRC, I mentioned it yesterday. It was 792, down 49%. This morning it has followed even lower. It got down to 555. The last on it is $7 even, and that's down another 14%, uh, down about $1.10. We also had earnings from Hess, which were so-so. Um, they did $1.13. Expectations were only for $1.03, but on a sequential basis, even though they beat expectations, um, that $1.13 compares with last year's $1.30. So they're taking a little bit out of that, certainly not much, 17 cents. Uh, Visa beat by a dime, beat on revenues. Stock is up 0.8%. Texas Instruments beats top and bottom, and gives guidance in line with what was expected, up $1.78 or 1.1. Pacific West Bancorp beat by 9 cents, beat by revenues, deposits stabilizing and rebounding in April. That's in stark contrast. That one is 1168, up $1.37 or 13.3%. Phase, I mentioned it last night. It was down about 40. It seems to have come back just a little, but it is still down 35.24 or 16%. And that was also a revenue guidance below consensus. Yamana, 512 and a half, up $10.80, 2.2. They beat top and bottom and reaffirmed guidance. Boston Scientific, 53, up $1.89, 3.7. Beat, beat, and raises revenue guidance higher. Um, and that's about it from the stocks. Let's just get back to the futures for a second and see how we're doing. Uh, okay, Ethereum is of course up the same way that the Bitcoin is, uh, pretty much unchanged in the grains, which have been very weak. We're getting a lot closer to closing that gap in the crude. Um, 76.36 is the low, with a number we're looking for is 75.72, so not too far away. Nat gas is down about 9 cents. Gasoline is down. Also, I just read an article this morning about um, transports, and they've been acting really poorly. But in point of fact, the price of diesel has come down dramatically, 40% in some places. And the reason for that? Lack of demand, less trucks on the road. You saw the miss in UPS yesterday, which took that stock down first only 4% pre-market, and then at the end of the day, it finished down $20 or 10.5%. So that's good for them, except there's nothing going around. Uh, Gold up 2.5, silver above 25 again, up 12.7. Copper, which we bought yesterday, up a third of a cent, so nothing there. But the platinum and palladium are higher. The softs are rebounding a little. They were both down. By the way, just a little pat on the back. I was looking for 185 to 190 on the pullback. We got to 187 yesterday, 188 this morning, and we're bouncing a little bit higher. I think we may not have seen the highs here, but right now it still looks a little on the weak side. Sugar basically unchanged. Opening bells shortly. Let's take a look and see what we have for the futures. S&P is up about $12. that looks pretty decent, except that we were down 66 yesterday. Dow looks to be down up about 72, and the Nasdaq on the strength in the Google, Microsoft, and a little bit of spillover into Amazon, which reports this afternoon, looks to be up about 130. So we're pretty much in line with where we've been most of the morning. Uh, Nasdaq actually up 141 and change. All right, folks. I'll possibly be back later. I'm going back to the oral surgeon since my blood pressure was too high to do the work yesterday. Have a good one.